शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सद्यर्भवतु मे सदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते सर्वबाधाप्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्। नमस्तेऽस्तु महामाये श्रीपीठे सुरपूजिते शङ्खचक्रगदाहस्ते महालक्ष्मी नमोऽस्तुते। Okay. So this is a very quick session wherein we will discuss few things related to Navratri festival. Now there are many things that all of us can do, but out of that few things whichever little is followed commonly also we will discuss about that. Now it is not compulsory also that I will have to follow all the things which are being told, or there might be few things which maybe I'll not tell you, but you might already be doing that, right? So all that is fine. What is most important is bhakti towards the goddess. So therefore, yatha shakti, whatever is convenient, whatever is possible, you can follow. Most important, what has happened in today's times is we look at others also, or maybe social media is a big thing. Oh, they did this, they did that. So we end up getting confused also. At the same time, asking 4 or 5 different people also different things, but again lead to confusion. So it is always better to follow whatever is possible. No doubt, by whatever rituals have to be followed also, that definitely needs to be done. But asking many people, one person will have you ask different people, the number of opinions will again increase and it will lead to further confusion. So it is always better to follow yatha shakti, whatever is convenient. Yeah. So while we even talk about Navratri as a name itself suggests Navaratri. This year it starts from 22nd September 2025. This year is very auspicious. We have 11 days of Navaratri because of a Adhika Tithi that comes in. Like Adhika Masam, you have a Adhika Tithi. I think there is a clash between the Chaturthi Panchami Tithi, which is there for an additional day also. That's why it leads to 11 days of Navaratri. Now, it is a festival wherein Parashakti or the divine goddess is worshipped, celebrated all over Bharata Desha. First 3 days Durga, next 3 days Lakshmi, last 3 days Saraswati, and then finally the Vijayadashmi day, where you have new beginnings that are done, new shiksha that is taken up. There are many stories around this. Rama attained victory over Ravana. You have a lot of gold that is being bought. So basically a lot of auspiciousness, it leads to prosperity and so on. Mainly Vidyarambam day, you go and seek the blessings of your guru, learn something from them new. So everything auspicious is being done on the last day. Then the Navaratri festival that is there begins on the day after the Mahalaya Amavasya. Tomorrow you have the Mahalaya Amavasya that is there, the last of the Pitrupaksha Kalam. And especially today again you have the month of, in Tamil month if you see, the Puratasi Masam that is there. It has already started, September, October time. So again during this time what happens is the Puratasi Saturday is very auspicious, especially for Lord Venkateshwara. Now in many of our houses we have the tradition of keeping the Golu that is there, especially in Dakshina Bharatam, wherein you have different idols also, they are kept. Or many, you go to Uttara Bharatam also, or in some houses, some households, you might not have the tradition of keeping the Golu that is there. Golu is nothing but idols of various gods, goddesses and so on. You also have the Kalasham that is kept in various steps, 3, 5, 7 and so on. If nothing is possible, we can worship the Vigrahas or the idols that are there in our houses. Yeah. Usually this Golu practice that is there is passed on from one generation to the next. Nowadays of course we also go and buy new idols and so on. So usually what is meant is you have a specific way in which all those idols also are arranged. Then you have many people who come to our houses, we visit their houses and so on. So like we celebrate the Ganesh Chaturthi festival, similarly the Navaratri festival that is there, wherein you have the arrangement of all these dolls that is kept. So especially wherein like we celebrate other things also, during these 9 days or 10 days that are there, when we have such arrangements made in our houses, our mind also revolves around that only. So again, it leads to a lot of positivity, a lot of spirituality also builds in. So that was the main purpose of doing this. most important during this time is the Kalasha Sthapana or the Ghata Sthapana that is done. This year, if you see, the Ghata Sthapana is nothing but you have the Ghatam, the Kalasham that is kept, and it has to be done this year on Monday, 22nd September. It will start on that day. Now, the Muhurta for this is from the morning also, from around 6:10 till about 8 o'clock. Yeah. Now, again, apart from this, you also have this is actually the Muhurtam, but again, you have the Abhijit Muhurta that comes in. Now, Abhijit Muhurta is an auspicious Muhurtam that comes, like the Abhijit Nakshatram, wherein if you cannot do the Kalasha Sthapana in the morning during the Ghata Sthapana, the Kalasha Sthapana Muhurtam from between 6:10 to 8 or so, then you can also do during this Abhijit Muhurtam that is there, which is around 11:50 or so till about 12:30, 12:40 in the afternoon. Now, this is if the main morning Muhurtam is missed also, then you can do the Kalasha Sthapana during the Abhijit Muhurta Kala. Yeah, so this is how you have the Kalasha Sthapana that is done. Now, why this Ghata Sthapana, this time, why does it matter is, it should always, there are many things for this, let's not get too much deeper into that. The Ghata Sthapana should always be done on the Pratipada, that is on the Prathama Atithi. Yeah. But you see, there are certain traditions also wherein on the Prathama Atithi also many auspicious things are not being done, yeah, which is usually told. But for Navratri festival also, the Pratipada or the Prathama Atithi is very auspicious, where you have the Ghata Sthapana which has to be done, wherein the goddess's energy also is invoked, it seems. Then at the right time, if the Kalasha Sthapana is done, all the entire 9-10 days of Navaratri, they are considered to be very auspicious. Moreover, you should have you have the Nakshatram, you have the Muhurta, you have the Lagna and so on, right? So similarly, the Kalasha Sthapanam should be done during the Kanya Lagnam that is there, which is again considered to be very auspicious. It leads to a lot of positive vibrations, it seems. And also, if things are done at the right time, it leads to prosperity, protection and so on. And whenever a Muhurta also is set up, there is a lot of energy that is surrounded around that time, right? Now, say for example, it is always said, you see nowadays you go to the doctor also, or they will always tell you, you have early dinner, right? You should not have dinner maybe late in the night also. Why it is said so is because of the energies that are there around. As night time increase, you see during the night also, usually up now, maybe now today's lifestyle is all different, but usually in those times, after it becomes dark also, people used to not indulge in many activities, right? Physical activities also. So once you have had, if you have a very heavy dinner or you have a late dinner and then you go to bed immediately, it will not lead to proper digestion, it will lead to many health problems. That's the reason people used to have early dinner or even light dinner also. That's the reason many of us, we don't have rice also during night time, right? We usually tend to keep things light. So like this, there are many things that are told, and here what happens is, while we follow such traditions, it is considered to be very so this is one very important thing wherein things are to be done or the rituals have to be done at the right time. Now, while you do the Ghata Sthapana or the Kalasha Sthapana, now many of us, we have this tradition of doing it. Maybe the way you follow, you can also do it that way, wherein you have that earthen pot also that is filled with water, few grains of rice also, and you have the mango leaves that are kept outside around the neck of the Kalasham. Usually you see there is a red cloth also, the coconut that is there. Some of us, we keep it normally, but there are traditions wherein you keep you cover the coconut with a red cloth or something and keep it over the Kalasha, right? Usually in North India also, if you go, they considering the red cloth that is there is considered very auspicious for the goddess. So that's the reason they will give you that silkish red cloth wherein you cover the coconut also with that. Then barley seeds are sown and it's kept in a vessel also, and towards the end of Navratri festival, till that these seeds are kept. Then lot of mantras also are chanted, like Dum Durga Yai Namaha. This is the Bija mantra which is chanted while doing the Kalasha Sthapana. And finally on the Vijayadashmi day, you have the Visarjanam of the Kalasham that is done. And wherein, so this Kalasha Sthapana is like a prayer that we do to the goddess, saying that the 9 days of Navaratri should go about very nicely. Yatha Shakti, I should be able to worship you, O goddess, I am seeking your protection also. Finally, after the 9 days are gone peacefully also, then you have the Visarjanam that is being done of the Kalasham. So this is the significance behind this Ghata Sthapana. And after the Kalasham also is installed, then finally the festival of Navratri actually begins, and it concludes from the Vijayadashmi day. Yeah. So the Ghatastapana is one thing which is done. Further, now during this Navratri festival, what other few things are done is, after this Ghatastapana that is done, usually you have, now most of us, you would have already done this, we clean our houses also. Then there will be, especially on the Mahalaya Amavasya day, now one thing all of you should notice, whoever has a tradition of keeping the golu also, you should do it only tomorrow evening. Actually, you should not do it even tomorrow evening, because this time if you see, the Amavasya Tithi is there till tomorrow night around 1 also, but we cannot, and immediately you have the Pratipada that starts. But we cannot keep the golu and things like that so late, right? So therefore, maybe towards the end of like around, you can say, once evening time also, after, now in many of our houses we'll have the Mahalaya Amavasya Tarpanam that is done. After that, maybe you can start and do the Golu Stapana, especially in evening times also you can keep, or during night times. Yeah. Usually what happens is, at times what happens, the Pratipada Tithi, the Prathama Tithi that is there, will start in the evening also maybe. So therefore when we keep the Golu, or when we make arrangements also, it is always appropriate. But this time, because the Amavasya Tithi extends further till late in the night, we cannot do it. So it is okay. But other prayers, other chants and things like that, if you have already started making arrangements, it is fine. But actually keeping Ghatastapana has to be done on Monday only. But the Kulu and other arrangements, if you are keeping, it is always better if you do it tomorrow evening also, especially after you have the Mahalaya Tarpanam, things like that, which are being done in most of our houses tomorrow. Now, for whomever maybe you don't have the steps also of Golu also, you can just keep a normal stool or a table, and on top of that also you can keep the whatever idols you have. If you don't have this tradition, then we have Vigrahas of Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, or any other goddess. That also you can keep and worship, especially for these 9 days. Now in the puja area, you will always have photos, right, which are there. But for whomever convenient, if you have Vigrahas, or maybe even photos, you can maybe remove that. And like we do the Ganesha puja, for whose our houses, we don't bring the Ganesha idol, but we do the puja, right? So during that time we keep the photo below. So like that also you can do. You can keep the Vigraham down, or you can keep the photo down, and that way you can do the puja for these 9 days. Or maybe the first 3-4 days you can worship Durga, then you can do for Lakshmi, then you can do for Saraswati, and so on. So this way also we can do. If all such things are not convenient, in the normal puja area only, every day like you do puja, you can do it. Yeah. Now every day in the morning, after we get up also, kolam or rangoli, especially for these 9 to 10 days, we must draw a fresh new rangoli. You either use a powder, that is fine, or the paste, the rice flour paste that is there, anything is okay as per your convenience. But it is considered very, very auspicious if we draw a new rangoli or a new kolam every day, inside the house, in the puja area, as well as outside our houses. Yeah. So some of us, what we do is usually Thursday, Friday we do, but especially during this Navratri festival, it is very, very auspicious to do the rangoli every day. You draw a small one, that is okay. As far as possible, if you have maybe kept a sticker also on top of that, you can do it. Yeah, no, I have stuck a sticker, let it be. Yeah, if it is convenient to draw a rangoli, and it will not take much time, right? Hardly 2-3 minutes or so, a small thing you can do. For those who do not know to draw a rangoli, we get those stencils, right? Using that also you can do. You do using the powder you do, that is also fine. Moreover, lamps, the mud lamp that is there, normal oil lamp which we use during Deepavali or Kartigai festival, that especially during the evening times also, they have to be lit near the Tulsi area, in the puja area anyways it is there, and outside our houses. Yeah. Again, it should be facing the east-west direction. Now whatever we do, even the puja, usually you see the puja area also, that will be facing east-west, right? So in that direction only. Lamps also should always be kept facing the east-west direction. Yeah. So these are all small things which are done specially for prosperity, for all good things to come in, for Goddess Mahalakshmi to enter our houses. Yeah. Now some of us, if you see, the entire night, in fact during all the 9 to 10 days of Navratri, they will keep the lamp lit only. Now all such things might not be convenient for everyone, but at least morning and evening also we can definitely light the lamp. And in front of the goddess, every night you have the golu or you have the kalasha stapana, whatever is there in your houses, you should do the Mangala Harati that is there. Now many of our houses, morning and evening, you might have the tradition of doing some Nevidyam and Arati. That is fine. Or in general, even if you don't have, at least during these 9 days or so, at night time, in evening times you can consider, before dinner also usually, you can do the Mangala Harati that is there. Any Harati, Jai 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 Shakti, or any other Arati that you know, whatever you can just sing. If you don't know, you can play some audio, mainly show some Arati. Nevidyam that is there. Anyways, we have different kinds of Nevidyams that are done. You have different chundals that are made, different sweet dishes, whatever, what not, right? So all that you can do. But if nothing is possible, say at night time also it's not convenient for me, a glass of milk, boiled milk with little bit of sugar, or maybe if that is also not possible, any dry fruits, or if nothing is there, a glass of water, maybe you can put a tulsi patram also, but something has to be offered to the goddess, or even kalkand also, that also you can keep, or a little bit of sugar, whatever yatha shakti is convenient, you can keep Nevidyam that is there. That why this is done is, throughout the day I have worshipped the goddess, so towards the end also I conclude that day by performing some Mangala Harati, Nevidyam and so on. So this is the significance of this, which all through the 9 days we do. Now during these, till here is everything going good? Now various shlokas, stotras also are chanted during Navratri. Most auspicious and most important is Lalita Sahasranama, which all of us have to chant. Now Lalita Sahasranama, most of us might be familiar here. In case whoever is not familiar, you can even listen to that. Yeah. Now listening also is equal to, Shravana Punyam is also equal to chanting, so you can even listen to the shlokas that are there. Though Lalita Sahasranama Parayanam should be done every day. Yeah, so this is one thing which is to be done every day without fail. Either you do in the morning, you do in the evening, all that is your choice. Yeah. Now there are few other shlokas also that are commonly chanted during this time for the goddess. That is mainly you have stotras like Kanakadhara Stotram by Adi Shankaracharya, Mahalakshmi Ashtakam, Saraswati Stotram, Mahishasura Mardini Stotram, Ashtalakshmi Stotram. So like this there are many stotras that are, yes, Soundari Lahari. So whatever Yatha Shakti you know. Anyways, we will have a WhatsApp group also that is there, wherein I will definitely share. So that message I will share it soon by tomorrow also. So anyways, you will get it there. But whatever you know, you can chant in small stotras in praise of the goddess or anything. If nothing I can do, if I don't know anything, or even listening to mantras is also difficult for me. Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. This you can keep chanting, say 11 times, 12 times, whatever it is, Yatha Shakti you can do it. Yeah. So what ultimately matters is there are different things that you can do. So I'm just telling you, whatever out of this, whatever you feel convenient, all that you can take up and you do it. Yeah. Now, let us talk about now during this time also there are few don'ts also which we have to follow, like maybe cutting the hair also, or maybe cutting nails, things like that, or stitching. Many people, especially during this time, is using something which will cause harm, like a needle, things like that. As far as possible, you can tend to avoid such things during this time, like especially like we do it even during the Pitru Paksha Kalam, similarly till the Navratri end also. All such things, it is always better if we avoid. Let the environment always be a peaceful, positive environment that is there. Yeah. And now during these 9 days, 10 days or so, for whomever convenient, you can also avoid onion, garlics and so on. Only sattvic food has to be prepared. In fact, all the Nevidyams also should be that way only. Anyways, the Nevidyams don't have any kind of all such onion, garlics and so on. But even our food also, if you can have it that way, it is always good. Yeah. Now,
hello, one more
apart,
question.
yes.
How much time we will lightening the lamp? 6 to 8.
6 to 8. While you douse off the normal lamp every day, you can just douse it off. That's it. If you keep a mud lamp, 8:30 you can do it. That's what I'm saying. Whenever you show the Aarti, after that you can douse off the lamp. Yeah. So the lighting of the lamp is very auspicious. While you douse off the normal lamp after the normal puja Aarti and so on, you can douse it off. Yeah. Now, during this time, you also have the Devi Mahatmya Parayanam that is done, or Durga Saptashati Parayanam, which is again considered very auspicious during the Navratri festival time. Now, maybe not everyone is familiar with Devi Mahatmya or Durga Saptashati. So what you can do is, and there is also a certain way in which the Paranam is done. I'll just tell you about the same in gist. Whoever doesn't know, you can also listen to the audios and do. Now, for Devi Mahatmya Paranam, there is a certain way in which the Paranam has to be followed. Yeah. So, for this, there are few stotras like say Argala Stotram, Devi Kavacham, Devi Kilaka Stotram. These are all chanted. Some people do it before the Durga Saptashati Paranam, or some will do it after. Yeah. So, different. Based on different methods also, there will be some differences here and there. Most important is you should do the Paranam. Yeah. Now, during Navratri also, how the method is followed is, whoever wants, you can note it down. I will also share it later. On day 1, that is on the Pratipada on Monday, 22nd September 25, you chant chapter 1. Yeah. Day 2, 2, 3, 4. Day 1, 1. Day 2, chapters 2, 3, 4. Day 3, chapters 5 and 6. Day 3, chapters 5 and 6. Day 4, chapter 7. Day 4, chapter 7. Day 5, chapter 8. Day 5, chapter 8. Day 6, chapters 9 and 10. Day 6, chapters 9 and 10. Day 7, chapter 11. Day 7, chapter 11. Day 8, chapter 12. Day 8, chapter 12. And on the last day, that is on the 9th day, chapter 13, that is the last chapter, and the Kshama Prarthana. If you chant chapter 13, Kshama Prarthana should follow. After that, there are Siddhi Kunjika Stotram that is there. Then Kilaka Stotram which is chanted. Durga Kavacham, Devi Kavacham, and so on. So many other stotras also are chanted. I'll repeat quickly. Day 1, chapter 1. Day 2, chapters 2, 3, 4. Day 3, chapters 5, 6. Day 4, chapter 7. Day 5, chapter 8. Day 6, chapters 9, 10. Day 7, chapter 11. Day 8, chapter 12. Day 9, chapter 13, and Kshama Prarthana. Every day some kind of Nevidyam, whatever usual Nevidyam you prepare, the same thing you can prepare and do. Now this is how the Devi Mahatmya Paranam can be done during these 9 days of Navratri. Yeah. Now, apart from this, the next part that is there is, which now these are all, now these whatever I told you till now, these are all things which are usually followed. Yeah, one more thing. You have certain traditions of doing Archana every day. Archana is using flowers also. Shrimatre Namaha and so on. Some people will do the entire Lalita Sahasra Namavali Archana, the 1008 Namas. Maybe one day you can do this. Apart from that, you have the Ashtotara Shatanamavali, Durga Ashtotara Shatanamavali, Lakshmi Ashtotara Shatanamavali, Saraswati Ashtotara Shatanamavali, 108 Namas. Or Lalita Trishati, 300 Namas of goddess Lalita. So like this, Namavali or Archana can be done to the goddess. If not every day, at least on Tuesday, Fridays, or maybe any day as convenient to you. You can use flowers, you can use kunkuma, you can use puja coins, say silver coins, brass coins, whatever you may get in a puja shop. I think Giri Trading also will have those coins. So using all such things, even some people will do Archana using rice grains, manjal, that is turmeric, and so on. So like this, there are different ways in which Archana is done. You have different kinds of flowers also that are used for Archana. Yeah. So during chanting the Shatanamavali or Trishati, 300 names, or Sahasranamavali, using this also Archana is being done to the goddess. Now, these are all things which are usually followed. Apart from this, during these days, giving Tambulam to ladies, that is Suhasini is married woman, and Kanya girls is very, very auspicious. But the other two categories that are there, older women and young women who are in the stage, they are not Kanyas as well as not married ladies, to them also, if anyone comes in, you can definitely give them Tambulam. Yeah, that is, some people what they feel is, no, I'll not call them of my own only and things like that. You go and call Suhasinis, you go and call Kanyas, that is there. But in case they also come to anyone, you can definitely give Tambulam. There is nothing wrong in that. Yeah. So Tambulam is something which has to be given for women also, whoever comes to our houses. So you can definitely give them that. Now Tambulam is Vetlai Paku, the basic that is there. That is the beetle, beetle and beetle leaf that is given. Along with that, you have a banana. And now some kind of, though we have so many gifts, this and that are given, all that can be done yatha shakti. A fruit, banana fruit usually is given, and money. Now money can be a 1 rupee coin or 11 rupees, 51 rupees, 101 rupees, whatever. Yatha shakti you can do that. But some kind of dakshina, that is, that money that you keep is Mahalakshmi Swarupam, which has to be given. Yeah. So these are all things that are usually followed. Now during this time, along with this prasadam, so usually what we do is, most of us, we prepare some chundal prasadam that is there, or some sweet that is there, and we give. Also some prasadam has to be given. For whomever convenient, say on a Tuesday or on a Friday also, you can invite ladies to our houses, or even girls also. Along with that, even boys also you can invite. There is nothing, even if you do the Kanya Puja, there has to be one boy. Like when we do the Kumara Puja, especially during the Kumara Shashti or Skanda Shashti that will come in, you also invite one Kanya, right? If the Lord is worshipped, the goddess also has to be worshipped. Similarly, when the goddess is worshipped, Bhagavan has to be worshipped. Yeah. So young children you can consider. You can also give them, say, lunch prasadam or something like that. Also, these things are also to be done. One more thing which can be done is.
Shall I ask one question?
Yes, ask.
During the Navratri, we use the coins to Archana. Okay.
What you can do?
During the Navratri, we can use the coins.
Yes, coins. I told you, right? Puja coins, silver coins, brass coins can be used for Archana. No problem. Yeah. Okay. Apart from, so this comes to the Tambulam part that is there. So maybe one fine day you invite everyone and give Tambulam, or maybe every day you invite someone and give Tambulam. That is also fine. Now, apart from this, there will be, if we have some house help or so who comes to our houses, to them also, especially during this time, we have to give something without pay. The reason for this is, if every day someone is coming and maybe cleaning our house and this and that, only then our houses are clean, right? So again, it is an invitation for Mahalakshmi to enter our houses every day, especially during the Navratri festival. You should do this to the house help who comes in, to them also, like we give the Tambulam to anyone else, to them also you should definitely do this. Now for the Kanya Puja that you do, there is Lalita ji, I'll just finish, then you ask. If anyone has anything, just let me finish, I'll continue. Now for doing the Kanya Puja also, there is a vidhi. You actually can invite a priest also to your houses, take the proper sankalpa and do this. So apart from that, if you are simply doing the Kanya Puja, whenever the Kanyas or the Suhasini Puja that is there, you can invite the ladies or the girls, apply the Kunkuma paste that is there on their legs, offer them flowers or so, like we do Archana to the goddess, show the Suhasinis and the Kanyas Arati. For that also there are proper mantras, and then offer them food, that is Mahaprasadam, and some kind of gift, again Tambulam and so on. Yeah. So this is done, Kanya Puja or the Suhasini Puja, which can be done. Then many of us, now you see, especially in South India also, in marriages, if you see, you get those brass lamps, right? Or in general also, most of our houses will have the brass lamp. That is not there, the usual lamp which we light every day. Apart from that, there will be one more, right? The lamp that we light in the puja area every day. Apart from that, there will be one more lamp which will usually be there inside, like a silver lamp also. To that also you can do puja, which we popularly call as a Valaka Puja, that is there. To that you chant Lalita Sahasranama, or maybe you do Archana also on a Friday or on a Tuesday. You can do this in the evening after 6 p.m. You light the lamp, you chant Lalita Sahasranama, or maybe do Archana and worship the Valak, worship the lamp that is there, and offer someone Tambulam also. Now, if you have a group also as a satsangam, you can invite few ladies also to our houses, do group prayers like the Devi Mahatmya Parayanam. You chant a group of ladies coming together, or maybe songs, bhajans and so on, depending on whoever. If you have a group, if you have a satsangam, you can do such things also. The last thing which is done is the Kamakshi Vrata Puja. Now what is this Kamakshi Vrata? Not only during Navratri, you can start it at any point. Navratri is an auspicious time. Now what is this Kamakshi Vratam is? It is to be done for 16 Fridays, 1-6, wherein you have 16 mud lamps which you have to keep. which should usually not be used for any other purpose. Maybe during the Kartigai festival or the Deepavali festival you can use, but usually if they are new lamps it is better. Wherein for that the Kamakshi Stotram that is there, that can be chanted, and the Kamakshi Virudam which is there in Tamil. Now for those who are not familiar with Tamil language also, or you don't know, you can listen to them. So these two things are chanted. There can be many other prayers also that are chanted, but for this Kamakshi Amman Vratam that is there, one Friday, say you start from this Friday also, you light one lamp, you chant the Kamakshi Viritam that is there, hardly about 10-15 minutes it takes, and the Kamakshi Stotram which is composed by Kanchi Vasanivasini. It starts that way. And now Kamakshi Stotram also, there are many variations to that. One Kamakshi Stotram popular of Adi Shankaracharya we can chant. Both these stotras we chant, and then again some Nevidyam that is there, the usual Navratri Nevidyam we can offer that, and thus the Kamakshi Puja is concluded. So week 1 you chant one lamp, you light one lamp. Week 2 it will be 2 lamps, week 3 3 lamps. Like this, on the 16th week you will have 16 lamps that are lit, and the Kamakshi Puja Vratam comes to an end. So this also you can do it any time, any Friday you can start on an auspicious tithi also. If you want to start during Navratri, it is even more auspicious. Yeah. So this is also the Kamakshi Vrata Puja that can be done. So apart from this, every day of Navratri you have one form of the goddess who is worshipped. Like on day 1 also you have Shailaputri who is worshipped. Day 2 you have Brahmacharini. Day 3 Chandraghanta. Day 4 Kushmanda. Day 5 Skandamata. Day 6 Katyayani. Day 7 Kalaratri. Day 8 Mahagauri. Day 9 Siddhidatri. And on the Dashami Tithi you have the Vijayadashmi. Yeah. Now comes the Saraswati Puja part. Saraswati Puja that is there is done on the Saraswati, that is usually on the 9th day. Ashtami Puja is done in praise of goddess Durga. You have Homa, the Chandi Paranam and so on, which is done in many places. Then you have the Saraswati Puja, which is done wherein we keep our books and so on, musical instruments, our electronic appliances, all that we keep in the puja area. And then the next day the puja is done, it is worshipped, wherein after doing normal puja archana to Saraswati Devi, for that also there is a Vidhanam that is there. We'll not getting too much deeper into that. And then finally you read your books and so on for one line, and that's how the Saraswati Puja Vidhanam ends. Now on this Saraswati Puja day, especially for children, that is just school going children also, giving say books like notebooks, then pencil, pens, stationery, study items that are there is very very auspicious. So maybe you can call some children maybe in your neighborhood only and give them such things. Prasadam that is there on Saraswati Puja which is done is, you have the dark brown chana, that using that you prepare chundal also, or maybe like a sabji, using that along with puri which is offered, and shira that is made, shira kesari that you make, and using the black chana, especially in Uttara Bharatam this tradition is followed, black chana that we get, and gul that is jaggery, using that they prepare like a laddu also, and that also is offered as Nevidyam, very very auspicious on the Saraswati Puja day. So this is one more thing which you can do on the Saraswati Puja. Now this time if you see, the colors that are there is, starts with white, Shailaputri, Devi Shailaputrei Namaha. Brahmacharini, color is red, Om Devi Brahmacharanyai Namaha. Now whatever I am speaking, I have recorded everything, so I will definitely share it later. In case now you cannot note down, you can listen to the audio. Yeah. Om Devi Chandraghantayai Namaha. Color is dark blue or royal blue. Om Devi Kushmandayai Namaha. Yellow. Om Devi Skandamata Namaha. Green. Om Devi Katyayanyai Namaha. Grey. Om Devi Kalaratriyai Namaha. Orange. Om Devi Mahagauryai Namaha. Peacock green. Om Devi Siddhidatriyai Namaha. Pink. And on the last day if you see, to 9 girls also, it is believed on the Vijayadashmi day, 9 girls or 9 women you can offer this tambulam, things like that. Again, it defines victory, Navratri, Dashami. So that's the reason again on that day also 9 in such numbers also some people will do danam and so on. So on the last day, something new you start in. The color on this day as such you don't have a color, but usually some will wear some golden color or something like that, like something very bright, gold, white and so on, because it is a sign of peace, prosperity. Now these colors that are there, you yourself can wear those colors, especially ladies, even men also you can follow. And to the goddess in our houses also, if you have the vigraham and if you have those vastram also, you can offer that to the goddess. So these are all small things that are done, which all it makes us happy. Apart from this, you can light lamps, you have different toranam decoration, this that. So especially when we do all such things, there is a sense of positivity all around. We all feel like celebrating more and more. So these are all small things which are done especially during this Navratri festival. Now always remember, the golupadi that we keep, that should always be in odd numbers, so 3, 5, 7, 1, whatever it is. So this tradition is only followed. Then for the chundal or other things that you prepare as neividyam, the coconut that we use should always be freshly broken as far as possible. You should not use the coconut, say I've already kept it in the freezer, or so I've stored it and so on. Especially during the Navratri festival, you should not do this. Every day you need, you should break a coconut, use for that. You break a coconut, you grate how much ever you need, remaining you keep inside, that is okay. But it is usually as far as possible, every day you use a freshly broken coconut, that is only considered auspicious. You can later use that for preparing other food items also. Now you might be wondering, every day maybe I cannot do this, then it is okay. Every day in case it's not convenient, that's fine. But yatha shakti, if it is possible, it's always better to use the freshly broken coconut for the neividyam that we prepare. Yeah. Now the most common neividyams that is there is chundal, which we prepare using different lentils also, different chana, moong, this that. Then you have specific sweet items that are prepared. Rice varieties are to be prepared for the goddess. Dadima priyaha, using pomegranate or the pomegranate fruit itself can be offered to the goddess. So like this, there are many neividyams that are there. While you give the tambulam also, flower has to be given. Then you can give a small mirror that is there. So using this, then mehendi cone, mardani and so on, all such things can also be given. So all things of saubhagyam that are there, they all can be given as tambulam to ladies, girls, women who come to our houses and so on. If you maybe you invite only one suhasini, one kanya also, to them again. Now many of us, if you give a sari or a dress, things like that, that's fine. Nowadays, now there is a doubt that comes in. Now many of us, we don't wear sari or so can I give a dress material, things like that. That is all your choice that you do. But a blouse piece should always be given. Even if you give a dress material also, giving a blouse piece that is there is very auspicious. Moreover, even if you give a sari, the sari will have a blouse along with it. Still a separate blouse piece has to be given. Yeah, because blouse piece that we give is considered a sign of saubhagyam, that is a sign of auspiciousness, because not everyone always gives a sari also. You have the blouse piece that is there, right? So all such things are followed from traditions or traditions, generations together. So we can all do such things. Now whoever comes, now not only during the Navratri festival, in general also, whenever someone comes to our houses, we always give them something, right, to eat and so on. Especially during the Navratri festival, anyways, we have some prasadam that is there. You should definitely offer the person who comes in tambulam, if it is a lady also, or apart from that, the prasadam that is there. Now even if you have gents who visit our houses during this time, the prasadam can definitely be given, and to that person's wife, mother, or whoever is there, if that person has come, you know the family properly, you can definitely give them tambulam for their own wife, mother and so on. So that way also it is very auspicious, giving tambulam especially during these times. Yeah. So these are all few things that are there. Apart from this, for every day what we will follow also, I will try to put in videos, and we'll also have a WhatsApp group wherein like every year I'll try whatever little I know to share, so that all of you can follow yatha shakti. Apart from this, whatever customs, traditions also you might be following it in your houses every year, you can definitely do that. So let's all pray to the goddess to have a wonderful Navratri ahead. If anyone has any questions also, you can ask.